Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch channel on YouTube. So first of all, let me just say that I had a little Windows 10 problem. Actually, I had this infinite login loop that I couldn't get rid of no matter what I did. All the attempts to fix it kept me caught in this forever going around and around in a circle trying to log into my Windows system. And I had everything pretty much backed up. I'm really good with Linux, so I said, F it. I formatted my hard drive and installed Linux Mint, which is what I'm running right now. And it works so much better than Windows did. So anyway, this video is sort of like a summary video. I wanted to make a quick, little podcast type video. I just want to talk to you about the secrets of the universe and what we can know about our reality and what we can theorize about based on what we know. So the problem is, and the reason that I spent so many decades trying to figure this out is because all the information and data that's available out there, we have an ocean of information that you can sift through, endless sources of information. The problem is that information, evidence, and data is usually polluted with interpretations and belief systems and non-belief systems. And what I mean by that is especially about non-belief systems. Like an atheist, for example, has a non-belief system. So certain things cannot be true. So even evidence that's clear-cut and easy to accept if you just remove cynicism and pretend skepticism cannot be accepted by those people. And then you have these belief systems, religions, etc., and they get in the way of seeing the truth because you're made to feel guilty or you are attacked And in the old days, in ancient times, of course, people were burned at the stake or hung or put on a cross or executed by a sword if they dared question the official reality. But today, trolls, mockery, that's what's used to keep people in line, and psyops, psychological controls, weaponized terms and words is usually sufficient in America to keep people dumbed down. So what can we know about the secrets of the universe? Well, first thing is, if you do enough research, is that the secrets that you can know about aren't really secret. They're just obscured by all those interpretations, belief, and non-belief systems. If you're able to control your own biases, if you're able to get rid of your own indoctrinations and brainwashing that you grew up with, and you can take a look at evidence and information in a cold way, just see it for what it is, and don't be cynical about stuff that you shouldn't be cynical about, then you can clearly see what's going on. So what is the little amount that we can know for absolutely certain? And this is based on the near-death experience phenomena, and most people do not. The people that criticize the phenomena don't understand it properly or have to dismiss evidence in the most ridiculous ways. The basic thing is that you can know for certain is that consciousness, or who you are, is actually like a point of consciousness or a point of energy and information that is self-contained and individual. And you are restricted and restrained by your physical body for a temporary period of time, and then when your body dies and your brain shuts down, or if it even temporarily shuts down, your consciousness comes out of your body, and then certain things happen. The key piece of evidence that it proves this beyond any shadow of a doubt is the endless number of cases that we have cataloged from all kinds of sources, verified by nurses, doctors, and other people involved, that prove beyond any doubt that people wander out of their bodies And as consciousness that is out of phase, we can't perceive someone's consciousness when it's out of their body. They're in a different frequency or something. But they can see us, probably because the higher energy can see into the lower, but the lower can't see into the higher. So we're cut off. And so if somebody's consciousness leaves their body in the hospital room and then they leave the room they're in and they witness things outside the room, and these things are verified by nurses, doctors, and other people, once you have enough of these cases, it becomes ridiculous. It becomes absurd to think anything else. Consciousness is primary, not matter. As certain scientists today will acknowledge, they've started to use this term where they consider our reality a hologram, and they don't really get into it too much because they have to maintain their atheism, but just the mere fact that they're doing that is astonishing to me. Anyway, that you can know for sure. And then they witness other things, entities, etc. Now these NDE experiences have to be taken literally because, like I said, witness verification. And witness testimony is direct evidence. It is not anecdotal. Okay? I really wish people, especially even some of these scientists that do not understand the value of witness testimony, like Rupert Sheldrake and others, they use the word anecdotal evidence, but it's not. There's no anecdotal evidence if there's a car wreck and then 3 different people say they saw what happened. And then they tell you what happened. And then you pretty much get the same story from everyone. That is not anecdotal. There's a car wreck and people saw what happened. In an NDE event, there are doctors working on a patient. His brain shuts down, his heart stops. The patient perceives his consciousness, his true self leaving his body, and then is able to tell you about the doctor conversation while the doctor knows that his body and brain were shut down. He's able to go outside, or she is able to do all sorts of things, see in 360 degrees, see in a hyper real way, ultra high definition, much more than we can now communicate telepathically. Blind people can see out of body, etc. You're not using your eyes. That's why lights and things don't hurt. Okay, having established that, the first secret of the universe, the most crucial point, the one you can know for sure, is that your consciousness is primary and your body and brain are temporary. But what does it all mean? What does it mean? You have all these systems of belief, religion, they want to tell you what it means. And you have these non-belief systems that want to tell you to ignore all the evidence. Just pretend like it doesn't exist. They want to believe the illusion that is this reality that we perceive with our physical bodies. They don't want to believe in anything else. So they'll be probably doomed to be reincarnated here until they figure it out. But for the meantime, let's go back to the reality. What do we know about it? Now, at this point, we have to step into the theoretical or modeling, because now we start to not have all the answers, okay? First of all, we're restricted by our bodies and brains. But one point that you can start off with is if our reality is obstructing us from knowing this because of the way it's set up, then our reality, and even if scientists want to use the word hologram or whatever they want to use, the reality is an illusion and it is a deception, right? Religions will tell you there's a veil to the other side. We're veiled, we're blocked from seeing the other side. And we're not always blocked, right? There's all these glitches in the system. The near-death experience phenomena is the key glitch that you can prove this beyond any doubt. But then you have out-of-body experiences. Now, these aren't as verifiable, but I've been studying them lately, and I have to say there's so much commonality in all these people's experiences that I'm starting to use that as evidence as well. Although I put it as a slightly less piece of evidence because I've never experienced it myself. But I have experienced other things, like clairvoyance. I've had an incident of clairvoyance that cannot be explained by any material way. And there's all this other evidence, but if you have to start off with a deception, don't forget the Art of War, a book written by Sun Tzu some 2,500 years ago, a Chinese strategy book, which is still used today, begins by saying all warfare is based on deception. And what are we at war with? We're at war with reality and our perception of it and why some of it is hidden from us. Now, once I studied this for so many years, I've now realized that another phenomena is also provable, also like the near-death experience, and that is reincarnation. So people get reincarnated here, and then they also have a life after death phenomena. And there's certain things, commonalities in all these NDEs and in reincarnation. And then you have to try to make sense of it. Now, people will tell you that this is like a school or something, you know. A lot of these out-of-body experiencers, they meet entities. These entities, by the way, are very similar to the ones, if not the same, that people meet in near-death experiences. And they have something else in common. They have a similar message or communication style as UFO abduction people experience. So all these things are interconnected. And the only model of reality that that fits so far is the sort of like the Gnostic type model, which makes this like a prison planet or some type of matrix reality, and we're trapped here for some reason. But I have to tell you something. It's like a prison with no walls. Because if you have to use this level of deception, it may be as easy as understanding what's going on to be able to break out of here. Once you finally die permanently, someday, we all will, I would be very careful about what you agree to do in that out-of-body state when you meet these entities. I don't really think that you have to be afraid. I think fear is something that's used to control you. So be courageous, be brave, be bold. Put your you won't have a foot, but put your consciousness down and say, look, I'm not moving until I know everything. It's almost like when you're in an NDE, these people get bothered as if they just woke up. You ever you're sound asleep at night or early in the morning, you're still sound asleep, and something wakes you up, and it takes you, maybe somebody wakes you up, you're late for work or whatever, and it takes you a little bit to get yourself together, to start to figure out what's going on. It's like these NDEers, they wake up out of body, and they're still getting themselves together, and all of a sudden they get bombarded with the light, the love, the entities, or fear, hellish experiences, whatever. And I think you just block it and wait until you fully are aware. And then don't get trapped into these agreements, or you have to do this or you have to do that. Confront these entities. Ask them to really identify themselves. Ask them to tell you who they are and what their purpose is. But just don't, be doing it telepathically at this point. So just probe them with your mind consciousness. Scan them. Scan your environment. See what's going on, So, the secrets of the universe start off by a simple thing. Consciousness is first and primary. And from there, we have to try to figure out, piece together what else is going on, as it's quite clear we're blocked from knowing the truth. So, that's it. Talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.